Hi, level 2. So today we're going to have a science experiment. We're going to explore sink and float. So these are the things we need for our experiment. We need a plastic container and fill it up with water. And then we need plastic spoon, chopsticks made out of metal, and chopsticks made out of wood. So if you don't have these, it's okay. You can use other things you can find at home. Maybe a block, a metal spoon, or paper. Just remember to ask your mommies or your daddies if it's okay to put them in water, okay? So I have a question. Have you ever tossed maybe a pebble to the swimming pool? Or maybe you like to bring toys to the bathtub and play with them. What did you see? What happened to the toy when you put it in the water? Maybe you found out that not all things are the same when they're in water. Some things sink all the way to the bottom of the water, while some just float on top of the water. Like when you wear floaters in the swimming pool, you can float. So why does that happen? This calls for a science experiment. First, again, we need a plastic container, and then you fill it up with water, but only halfway, okay? Not too high, it might spill, or not too low. Then you put it in a place that it's okay to get wet, like this table. And then now we need the stuff to put in the water. So if you're gonna try this experiment at home, make sure to ask your mommy or your daddy before you put anything from your house into the water, okay? Just to be safe. So again, we need spoon that's made out of plastic, chopsticks that's made out of metal, and chopsticks made out of wood. So they are made out of different things. Okay, so now that we have all the objects, let's start with our science experiment. Let's start with this one. Chopsticks made out of wood. So, do you think if I put it in the water, it will sink all the way to the bottom or it will just float? Let's take a look. Here, closer. What happened? It's just floating. Look at that. It didn't go down. It's just up here, huh? Just up here. There, it's just there on top. You see it? It just floats. So the chopsticks made out of wood floats. Now let's try these chopsticks. These chopsticks are made out of what again? Metal. Okay, let's see. Let's guess, huh? Is it gonna float or is it gonna sink? Okay. What happened? Do you see it? It's at the bottom of the container. It sank. Unlike this one, the chopsticks made out of wood, it just floated. Look at that. You see it? The wood, the chopsticks made out of wood is on top here, floating. And the one made out of metal sank to the bottom. They're the same chopsticks, but one floated and one sank. Now let's try the plastic spoon. Can you guess what will happen if we put the spoon in the water? Will it sink or will it float? Take a look. So what happened there? Look, it's just floating on top. Here, I'll make it closer. There. It's similar or the same as the wooden chopsticks. It floats on top of the water. How about let's try to blow it? What's gonna happen if we blow the spoon? It moves. It just floats. Take it out from the water. Okay, did you guess right? With the plastic spoon, did it sink or float? It floated. So, why do you think did the metal one sink to the bottom of the water, but the wooden chopsticks and the plastic spoon floated just on top of the water? Maybe because this one is heavy, but this one made out of wood is also quite heavy. Maybe it's not how heavy the thing is. That might help us explain why some things float and some things sink. It's because of density. Can you say that? Density. So everything we see is made out of very, very small, tiny particles or things we cannot see. The density of an object like this plastic spoon depends on how much space there is in between those tiny things we cannot see. If the tiny things are squeezed tightly together, like with this metal, the thing will sink to the bottom of the water. But if the things are just touching like that and not squeezed, it will float like the spoon and the wooden chopsticks. You see all those three things? The plastic spoon, the wooden chopsticks, and the metal chopsticks. So, will this thing sink or will it float? It depends on the density or how squeezed the tiny particles or things are. So, level 2. How did the experiment go? How did yours experiment go? What are the things you used to put in the water? Did it sink or did it float? Let us know what you used in your experiment and how it turned out. Make sure to get help from a grown-up, okay? Can be your mama, papa, uncle, lola, lola. Make sure to send us a picture too. Thank you for joining me today, Level 2. Bye!